Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be speaking about energy, and I've been meaning to speak about this topic for a very long time. I didn't know where to start. So the reason I came across this topic in the first place, I'm always observing what's happening in my life, and I'm always observing the way things are unfolding. And that's because I've always been very interested in like the meanings behind things and why things happen the way they do. And energy is a very big part of that. So this isn't something that we taught a lot in our lives, but it's something that I've been studying for quite a few years now. This is something that I've really been observing in my life, and I am fascinated by it. It's definitely a topic that fascinates me. This was after I was reading about the law of attraction and kind of how your thoughts and your feelings create your reality, right? And it's all about perception. It's all about the way you see the world based on your conditioning, based on the way that you were raised. That has a very big part with the way you see the world, and the way you see the world influences the way you behave in the world. And so that was the general understanding between me and the law of attraction, because I studied psychology as well. So I definitely made sense of that. I made sense of the way your thoughts and your feelings influence your beliefs, and your beliefs influence your behavior, and your behavior essentially creates your life. So it really made sense to me, and I really understood it. But as I was reading more into it, I started to understand the energy behind it. And so we are all energetic beings. It's an energetic world. And so I always understood, because I studied science in school, and I understood energy from like the atomic level and all of that. You know, like food is energy, fire is heat energy, electricity is energy, right? So we are living in a very energetic world. But then I started to read more about it and how it relates to that aspect of the way we create our reality. And this was mind-blowing for me, because I started to read about the way your thoughts and your feelings hold an energy, and we hold an energy, right? And you know, because we are humans, we can create things, right? Like we've created all sorts of things. The camera I'm looking at, the light there behind me, the phone. Like humans can create things, we can imagine things, and then because we can imagine it, we can gather things to make that into a reality, right? We create things. And so again, that's all energy. I've been studying it for years, and I've looked at so many different sources. I've been really digging into it, and I've been practicing with it in my own life. Something that kind of added structure for me was looking at the Hawkins scale of consciousness. Okay, so if you look at the map of consciousness, you'll see at the top is enlightenment and peace. And then you get joy, love, reasoning, and then you get the middle, which is like acceptance, willingness, neutrality, courage. And then as we go towards the bottom, you get pride, anger, desire, guilt, shame, the negative emotions, right? So you'll see that like each level has a certain frequency, right? An energetic frequency that you are holding as a living being. And the associated like emotional state is there as well. So you'll see if you are in a state of shame, then you'll have humiliation as that feeling, and your view of life will be miserable. So your energetic frequency influences the way you see the world, right? So in the middle, you'll see we've got anger, which would then be the feeling of hate, and you would have a very antagonistic look at life, right? If you go a little bit higher, there's acceptance, and then you'll be more willing to forgive others. You'll accept life as it is. And then you go up, you see peace, and then the emotional state for that is bliss, and you'll just see life as perfect and balanced, right? So based on your energetic frequency, that influences the way that you see the world, and that in turn actually is what you will create in your reality. And so what the law of attraction explains is that like attracts like. Okay, so if I am operating at a high frequency or a high energetic level, like on love, then that is what I will manifest. That is what will attract to me, right? Because like attracts like. So you will attract what you are in an energetic level, right? So I had this discussion with a friend yesterday, and I was discussing how we are always creating, we are always manifesting based on the energy that we are holding. And so your thoughts and your feelings are creating your reality, because like attracts like. And so I was thinking about this, and I was like explaining to him that you will attract what you are, not necessarily what you want, right? So you can dream about the house and you can dream about the car, and you can dream about the career. But if you feel like you are angry about the fact that you don't have those things, or you envy people who do have those things, that's a negative charge. You're looking at the thing you want in a negative way. But if you look at it and you admire it instead of being jealous, if you admire it and you appreciate it and you send it love, then your energy is one of love, and that is how you will end up attracting that to you, because you will actually end up acting in a way that creates that in your life. So if you send that love, you will actually start to think in a way where you start to think of possible ways that you can make that happen, and then you'll step by step, you'll find little baby steps to make that happen, to attract that life to you. And so yeah, I was explaining that you attract what you are. So if you sending something love and you are appreciating it and you having gratitude for what you already have in your life, that is how you will create what it is you want. And so he said to me, but that doesn't make sense, because how do you attract money then if you don't have money? If you don't have money, then you'll attract more of not having money. And I'm like, no, it's more about the mindset, right? So if you don't have money, but you have a negative mindset about money, then that is what you will keep manifesting, is a negative association with money. So it's all about having the change in mindset, and that change in mindset, the change in terms of the way you see what it is you want, that is what will make the difference in terms of making it happen. Because if you view it in a negative light, if you're upset about the fact that you broke and you think that there's no solution, then you're going to be closing yourself off to all the opportunities, right? So this is a very, very all over the place video in terms of energy, because all of these concepts are so complex that I could go into them, but I kind of just wanted to give like a brief overview. I'll kind of see where I need to start in terms of going more in depth, but I kind of just wanted to give like an overview in terms of energy. And I really kind of want to share how I have kind of created my dream life, because I really, really have. And it's a bit scary because I never thought I could do it. Like, I knew I could do it in a way because I really believed in energy, and I was observing the way that things were happening based on energy, based on what I was at the time and how that influenced my future. And I have intentionally, you know, said to myself, I want to achieve that. But then I was like, okay, let me experiment with energy. Let me become what it is that I want. And as I was doing that, it just happened. Like, things naturally started to change around me. I ended up meeting the right people. I ended up interacting and growing at the right places. Like, I really saw this happen. Like, I always had the idea of the job that I wanted, and I kind of always visualized it, and I didn't even know how it happened, but I ended up manifesting it. And so when I manifested it, I was like, how did I do this? And it all made sense in terms of what I was learning about energy. And so this is why I'm so passionate about it. I've seen it happen in my life, and I really want to share more of it. But I've been able to manifest things for years now. I'll set myself a goal, I'll visualize it, and then I will see, okay, what is the gap between where I am now and where I want to be? What is that gap in terms of energy? You know, is there a limiting belief? Is there something holding me back? Do I not feel worthy because of something that happened to me in my past? And this is all stuff that I've had to do. I've had to heal all of those things that were holding me back from becoming what it is I wanted to be. And when I healed those parts of me, like the self-doubt, like the not feeling worthy, not feeling good enough, when I healed those parts of me, my energy changed, and I was able to manifest what it is that I wanted, because that is at a higher frequency. And so if you're operating at a low frequency, you need to change your energy to actually manifest. Again, this is all over the place. I'm going to go much more in depth, but I think I just wanted to give a bit of an introduction, and I'm so excited to be discussing this. It just feels so right, and I've been wanting to do it for so long. I didn't know where to start because it is such a complex topic. But I think I've touched on everything here, and I can just go more in depth on each of those topics. But yeah, I'm gonna cut it there before I ramble forever. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'm sending you so much peace and love, and I'll see you in my next video.